So the quadratic formula can get us solutions to quadratic equations when they're set equal to 0, just like this equation is. And to use it, we're going to find these numbers a, b, and c and plug them into the formula. Okay, make sure the whole thing is being divided by 2a. But by plugging the numbers into this formula and simplifying, you're finding the two possible solutions to this equation, where the leading coefficient is a, the coefficient of the x to the first power is b, and then this is c. So if we plug those in, it's negative 12 plus or minus the square root of 12 squared minus 4 times a times c, and then everything is being divided by 2a. And then simplifying, that's 144, and then 6 times 4 times 4, that's 96, over 12 in the denominator, and then we can keep simplifying. So 144 minus 96, it's 48. And then, it depends on the teacher. If it was my student, they wrote this, I'd probably be happy. But you can still simplify a little bit more because the square root of 48, that's a radical that we can simplify. Okay, I just want to emphasize though, I would be happy with something like this. But the square root of 48, we can simplify it because you can take out a 16. That makes 48, and then over 12. Okay, you can factor out a 16 from 48, and the reason why we do that is because we know what the square root of 16 is. That's just 4. So this is negative 12 plus or minus 4 times the square root of 3 over 12. And then if you want to simplify that, you can break it up into two separate fractions if you want. Or actually, one way of doing that is, look, this term and this term are both divisible by 4, and so is this. So you can divide everything in the top by 4 and everything in the bottom by 4. So here's one way of simplifying the answer. And then here's another way. You could split it up into two separate fractions. You could do negative 3 over 3 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 3. So this is negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 3 over 3 is another way. So it really depends on the textbook because it's just a matter of preference. This is fine. This is fine. And then, like I said, if you don't know how to simplify a radical for my classes, I'm usually being pretty lenient, so I say this is okay too.